Hi, Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey here. Going to talk today about cooking beef liver with mushrooms. Trigger alert, you've been warned. Okay, beef liver. Now, if you've gotten this far, you must not have issues with liver, so that's good. Liver is so nutritious and very easy to prepare. The way I cooked it this particular day was with some diced mushrooms. You can use button mushrooms, you can use no mushrooms at all, but this is what we had, and so I diced them up. And liver, it cooks quickly, so and it thaws really quickly as well, even from a frozen state. I take the reserved bacon fat that we tend to always have on hand. You can see some of our wonderful eggs in the background from our chickens. And bacon fat is a great way to cook. And there is the liver kind of thawed out. It doesn't take long. It is rather juicy, shall we say. So you'll want to be warned about that. But that deep color reflects its great nutrition. So take your diced mushrooms and take your bacon fat and into a cast iron skillet. You know me. Cast iron keto, baby. And let it heat up. Oh, there's Jack. He's like, I'm very interested in this. In go the mushrooms. And I didn't measure on any of this. It's whatever you like. It's the two of us eating, so I'm not cooking for a giant household. Some salt in helps draw the moisture out of the mushrooms. And I just sprinkle it in. Again, not measure, just let it go. It actually takes longer to cook the mushrooms than it does to cook the liver. So stir it around, get the heat, break them up. If you don't have mushrooms and you want to do it, you can use onions. You can use mushrooms and onions. Later on, I'll be showing you I actually added some homegrown green onions, some scallions that we have in our garden. And there they go. They begin to give up a little bit of their moisture, and they shrink up a bit. This was over a medium high heat, I think. And cast iron, if you've never cooked with cast iron before, it is a wonderful medium. It heats rather evenly, and it wears kind of like iron. These skillets are. This one was I got from my mother, so it might be a 75-year-old skillet for all I know. I added a little bit more bacon fat, kneaded it, and sizzles away, and you can't hardly have too much bacon fat. And we don't get very fancy reserving the bacon fat. My husband has 2 or 3 slices of bacon every day, thick sliced bacon, every day, along with his 4 eggs and farmer's cheese. And we just put a paper towel over a mason jar, and he pours it through. Oh, the water will come in later. That's our electric water kettle. I like the blue color. Stir, stir, stir. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Next will come the actual liver. I was doing this one-handed at the time. Now my husband joined in. He came to my rescue. But just slide the liver in there. The packages we buy come in 4 slices of liver. They're not very thick, and they don't take long to cook. And flip them over until they are cooked. Now, liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. Any type of liver from any animal. Chicken livers, I don't know what other animals good you might have, but liver is really nutritious, and some people are shy away from it. I went from not liking it to tolerating it to craving it. Now, I just happen to use this seasoning in addition to some of the salt. They're not a sponsor, but someone gifted me this package of these seasonings, a variety of them, and they're really good. So I just liberally sprinkled it on. You can use any seasonings you like. Salt, pepper, garlic, any combination, cayenne, turmeric, whatever floats your boat. The thing is, be adventurous cooking. Some of us, sometimes feel like we need exact instructions. But baking is not very forgiving, but cooking is pretty forgiving, particularly when you're cooking with sturdy sources of protein and maybe some vegetables. And, of course, mushrooms are not vegetables, they're fungus. Not a great marketing word. But just flip it around and until there's no pink left, essentially, is what I do. This will continue to cook down a bit. Oh, there's the water coming in. And the reason for the water is, let's make some, not gravy so much, because it's not going to end up being that much, but it's that simple. You just water and whatever seasonings you have on there and whatever kind of residual fat is left from what you're doing, it turn down the heat a little bit. And that was it. Put the lid on and let it simmer for a while. And there we are as it's kind of bubbling up. I did reduce the heat. And I took some heavy cream. Again, I didn't measure it, just poured in a couple of good dollops of heavy cream. Now remember, cream is not unlimited, but this was for, this actually ended up making like two meals for 2 people over the course of days. So just let that, the cream itself, you don't need any fancy thickeners. Cream will do it. Sometimes I'll throw in a dollop of cream cheese to really thicken things up, but it's pretty much, that's as fancy as I get. Sorry for all the splatters on my cooktop. Now here are the green onions, stop motion. These actually came from our garden. I didn't show how to dice up green onions, but threw those in because we have them. And there we go, just stir them in. They're really fresh. They came literally from our garden like 5 minutes earlier. Mushrooms, onions, liver. You can have liver and just onions, white onions, yellow onions, no onions at all. I've cooked liver with broccoli before. It's pretty much the same process. Here was the end product. You see that it's not a lot of gravy or anything, but it really tenderizes the meat. Step out of your comfort zone. If you haven't had liver before, give it a go. It's very inexpensive. The worst thing that happens is you don't like it. Yeah, and so there you go. But that was liver and avocado. Doesn't get much better than that. Thanks for watching. And if you like public content, thank a patron. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. See you next time.